Okay. Beta. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from that.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct. Okay, what you seen in the story? What part?
Come
Talk
on,
to me.
man. Come on, man. Explain this Abdullah situation. Abdullah Mason is now the WBO champion at 135. You had something to say. Let's go.
Oh, nah. I congratulate that brother. I feel good that he grinded. He made it to win that title. It was a close fight. I got 117, 111 ain't right. But it is what it is. Um, I feel Mason he ain't dealing with kid. For the point blank period. He ain't dealing with kid. I don't care what nobody say. Um, Kid is different than that Sam guy. So
Okay.
I think
A
I
lot of
think it
people.
was a good
Go
fight for
ahead.
him, but I'm
No. Go ahead.
just
I'm sorry.
no, I said it was a good fight for him. He's learning. They kind of rushed him in that position. They gave him that belt. I mean, come on, this was his first. He didn't even have a 12-round fighter before. He haven't done all the steps that people have to do. They just wanted to secure and give him that belt. It is what it is. The politics of boxing.
Tell me though. Tell me, like, as far as the competition is, did you feel like it was gonna be that close? I mean, not necessarily close, but did you feel like it was gonna go the distance?
Um, yeah, they're about on the same level. Him and Sam. They're not. Mason is developing. He's not Kid Austin. He's not Kid Austin. He's not knocking out no champion in no 1 minute. That ain't him. But like I said, he's just developing. They got them a champion over there, Turkey and them, and WBO been brought. It is what it is. That's boxing. We get our WBA soon, so then we'll see if they want to unify because we want that fight.
You talked about development. Where do you feel like that development stage is right now after watching that performance?
He got a lot to learn. He get hit like everybody get hit in boxing, but he get hit clean. He got to work on because when he get hit by somebody like Kid, them punches where his head is going all back like that. Watch out. It's not gonna work. You should not be getting hit to the point where your head is going all the way back. That's something he could fix in the gym though. He's young. They trying to rush him into that spot, so as long as they smart, he'll do good. If they try to rush him to fight Kid, then it ain't gonna work.
Obviously, his corner and the way he fought were a little bit different, right? Like they were
Right.
telling him to use the jab, stick, keep it long. He decided to do the opposite. He decided to really want to, try to impress. And the same time, I seen Turkey Al-Sheikh stand up in his fight. I mean, do you feel like these guys are going out their way to try to,
Nah,
impress and change their
nah.
style?
He didn't try to change his style. That guy was on his behind. That guy
Mm.
was catching him. So his dad was panicking in the corner. Mason was doing his best. He was trying to throw the jab. He was trying to do this, sitting on that back foot. That style don't work against that swarmer like that. He was trying to just land the uppercut. His arsenal was very limited. So, everybody seen he was trying to land the uppercut. I mean, he's learning. Like I said, he's learning on the job. Um, I I just don't think that I don't think he could get hit clean like that anymore.
Mm. Some people say, hey, that could have been fight of the night. What you think?
Yeah, on the whack card, it was a whack card.
Mm.
Devin did good. He shocked a lot of people, but besides the knockdown, was it exciting?
Okay. Okay.
So I'm just saying, like, it was a high card. It was a high card. I would give their fight the fight of the night. It was interesting. It was entertaining. I give Sam more props than anything. He shocked the world. We didn't think that he was gonna be like that, be able to stay in there with Mason. But he shocked everybody. So congrats to him too.
Yeah. Lots of people were, I was listening to some fighters. They're like, yo, after watching that, they actually want to see your son and him even more. I mean, what do you think? Do you feel like that's how people feel?
That ain't what Turkey feel. You see how he was getting up panicking? Oh, they was scared. They was like, that was a bad investment. They had to give him that belt. Come on now. Sam won that fight. It was close. But Sam won that fight.
Sam won the fight?
To me, I got to go back and count everything, but I believe Sam won that fight. It was that close. It wasn't no 117, 111. The other ones had it 115, 113, but they was going to lean towards their guy. That's the only reason Mason won, is because that's their guy. He was going to win anyway unless you knock him out. In Saudi Arabia, after they spent all that money, they're not going to throw away that investment.
So you don't think Abdullah Mason earned that win?
I didn't say neither. Yeah, he earned it. They both earned it. They was in there doing the best they could do. I didn't say he didn't earn it.
But you feel like Sam Noakes won?
Yeah, in my opinion, I gotta rewatch it. But in my opinion, Sam Noakes pushed the fight. They talk about, Mason hurt Sam Noakes. So what? You land one punch and you hurt somebody, but they won that whole round. That one punch don't mean nothing if you don't drop them up because you made him buckle little and he survived and still outpointed you. How you win that round? The punches landed, like people not looking at the stats. It's like just he had him hurt almost every round. That's the bull crap. So scoring don't matter in boxing no more. So the punches landed, it don't matter no more. It's just whoever can land one hard punch. It don't matter if the other person landed 30 other punches. So it's just it's boxing. We try not to leave it up to the judges.
Who do you feel like they'll put him up against next, now that he has the title?
Someone safe. They're going to keep going safe. You know how these title places making 3%. Turkey is giving out a lot of money on these fights. WBO want to be in bed with them to make that 3% on these big fights. So they're going to put them in safe fights. They're not going to put them in nothing that's really testing for them. They're not going to put them in there with kick. And I'm saying we want him next. We want him next if he that guy. But I bet you they don't. They'll come up with an excuse. So it is what it is. On to our title.
Hey man, you already know. Big Boss, K-Pope, talk boxing, fucking my soliloquy. Tough times don't last. Good people do the knife. Self caught him in the fight like maybe matter. Peak game, metaphors was right. Happy pre-Thanksgiving to everybody, man. Man, your boy, that's eat, man. I'm in the process of growing a fro, man. You know what I'm saying? Your boy finna be froed up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing it for the wife. My wife, she was like, when your woman wants you to grow a certain hairstyle, you do it. Me and my wife been together almost going on 15 years. So, we've been in there. So anything to keep the relationship spicy, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Pause. To an extent. Let me say that because some people out here, they women, they asking their husband to do that Atlanta stuff. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that. But let's keep it 1,000, man. Let's talk about some Floyd Schofield, man. He on one. He talking about, you heard the audio. He kind of congratulating Abdullah Mason, but then throwing a little shade at him as well. He's talking as if Abdullah Mason is, he basically seen some things Abdullah Mason struggles in, and we all seen that, in that fight. He made it tougher than what it needed to be, but he's talking like Floyd Schofield is just far superior than all these fighters, because in the same interview, he talked about Floyd Schofield could beat Shakur, Javante Tank Davis, all that. And I get it. Look, he dad, right? He's supposed to talk up his son. But let's just keep it 1,000, man. Bro, when they offered you to fight Abdullah Mason the first time, when that boy Jay Prince came to you and offered you that money, you wanted $1 million to $2 million to fight Abdullah Mason. So now all of a sudden, you the boogeyman of the division. That's what you're trying to hint at, right? You trying to hint at that you the boogeyman of the division. You trying to talk up your son to get your son in the mix, right? When they was like Abdullah Mason want to fight your son, you told Jay Prince you want $1 million or $2 million, right? There's a video of you saying that stuff, bro. So we're not gonna sit here and stunt and act like you with to fight Floyd Schofield. You with to fight Abdullah Mason now, like, bro. Let's cut it, bro. Right? He talking about, oh man, they won't make that fight. They won't dare make that fight because they know, right? They gonna take the easy route for him. Well, last time I checked, you ain't fought no tough fights either. What tough fights did you with Floyd Schofield fight? Your tough fight that you was finna fight was Shakur Stevenson. You pulled out. You know what I'm saying? And then your next tough fight, JoJo Diaz, you pulled out. What we talking about? You trying to get credit for beating Tevin Farmer, a fighter who retired and then came back, right? You know what I'm saying? It was on a 2-fight losing streak. Granted, that 2-fight losing streak was questionable because it was against Wiz Zapata. right? Which I think at least one of the times he beat Williams and Payne like clear cut. I thought Tevin Farmer beat Williams and Payne the first time. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? But we're not gonna sit here and act like you beat a fighter who was a top 10 pound for pound fighter, a top 15, you know, or a dude who was coming off some momentum. You fought a dude who's coming on a 2-fight losing streak. So we're not gonna sit here and play these games like you fought a dog, you fought a killer. You know what I'm saying? Tevin Farmer is a crafty veteran. He's a good fighter, bro. I'm not gonna take none away from him. You know what I mean? But he passed his prime, right? He passed his prime. And that's all I'm saying. He passed his prime. He wasted a lot of his years playing with Eddie Hearn pause. Eddie Hearn was paying him all this money. You know, having him thinking he was something that he's not. And that's what that boils down to. You feel me? Like, we not finna sit here and stunt and try to act like, you know, Floyd Schofield beat, I don't know, Raymond Murtaya or something like that. Like, bro, like, we gotta keep this Magado at thin, and we gotta keep it 1,000. You feel me? And it's just like, when I sit here and I hear his dad talk, it's like, bro, stop with the games, right? You ain't fought nobody, bro, right? Abdullah Mason can play that game with you now. He's the champion. He can sit there and tell you, you ain't fought nobody, right? He can play the politics game. Now, will I think he do that? No, Abdullah Mason, he want that smoke. So if you call him out, and, you know, he gonna be like, yeah, let's make that happen. Hey, Dad, hey, Jay Prince, what's up? Hey, let's fight him. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I got Abdullah Mason in that one. Floyd Schofield ain't shown me nothing to where I could be like, I got Floyd Schofield in that matchup. Floyd Schofield, he's powerful, he's strong. But I'm telling you right now, Abdullah Mason got a different set of skills, and I think he'll dominate Floyd Schofield, right? He gonna neutralize him. You can't look at Sam Noakes and then sit there and be like, you know what? I see what he did with Sam Noakes, you know. And then, like, you trying to downplay Sam Noakes, right? And be like, oh, well, Sam Noakes, you know, that level of guy, that level of a fighter. Like, bro, your son is not nowhere near, like, y'all, they all on the same level. Your son not above them, right? What are we doing? Like, your son not above them. They all on the same level right now. Abdullah Mason, I say, got the lead a little bit because he's a champion. But when you talk about just resume alone, championships aside, right? Man, you gotta say, hey, man, Abdullah Mason is the leader of the pack right now, out of this young core, right? And we just keeping it 1,000. So, like I said before, I think that when it boils down to it, look, I would like to see Floyd Schofield versus Abdullah Mason. But like I said before, you not the A-side in that situation. You pulled out the Shakur Stevenson fight. You pulled out of the Jojo Diaz fight. You the pull-out king right now. You pulling out. You know what I'm saying? So you're not in any predicament to be talking. That's what I'm saying. Y'all boys get on here and y'all start talking. These boxer dads is getting annoying, bro. I ain't gonna cap. You know what I'm saying? These boys just dry out here, just trying to, you know, figure out like, hey, trying to talk up their sons. And it's like, bro, let your sons talk, bro. You know what I mean? Let your sons talk with them hands. Let your sons promote themselves. Let your sons do all that. You talking, right? You know what I mean? Nobody want to hear what you got to say. We just keep it 1,000. You know what I mean? Like, bro, man. I don't like when these boys get on here, bro, and they forget, like we don't got YouTube to pull up the stuff that they talking about. You feel what I'm saying? You sat there and you refused to fight Abdullah Mason. You sat there and said, what has he done? Right? I'm going to find the video. I'm going to put it in this video. I'm going to put it maybe at the end of this video. Because I want people to hear. I want y'all to hear what this man's saying, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You know, this man sitting here, man. He's sitting here like, I don't like that. And I'm one of them channels that's going to call it out, bro. We call a spade a spade. We're going to keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just genuinely how I am, bro. Like, If I'm moving forward, I expect to be called out, right? So, like, I'm just being real. So, I'm going to reciprocate the same energy. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Schofield, man, he talking crazy, bro. You ain't did nothing yet in the sport of boxing. I'm not saying you won't never do anything, but you ain't did nothing yet in the sport of boxing. You're number one for Gervonta Tank Davis' belt. It's rumored Gervonta Tank Davis gonna retire. So you might get that belt as an email champion. Right? You might get that belt as an email champion. So what we doing? Right? What are we doing? Okay? You saw how easily before when Abdullah Mason was titleless. He didn't have a title. How easily he flipped that politic game on him. Oh man, we need $1 to $2 million to fight him. What has he done? What is he doing? Right? Now, oh man, I bet you they won't try to make that fight next. He's trying to talk his son into these fights. Right? They still trying to mention Shakur's name. They still trying to mention Keyshawn Davis' name. They trying to mention all these dudes' names so they can get rage bait a fighter into fighting them, bro. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was an active fighter, he did that, hey, we fight him next. Because me, I'm all about exploitation. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my downfalls about me is I can't avoid it. I can't avoid the smoke. So you start saying some crazy stuff, I bet, let's go. You know what I mean? That's me. You know what I mean? But genuinely speaking, business-wise, I mean, man, we see the writing on the wall, man. He's trying to talk his son into these fights. He's trying to bait these fighters into fighting his son so he can stop politicking. That's what it boils down to. He know where his son is at, so he's trying to say whatever he needs to say to get these guys to basically be like, I want to fight him. He talking crazy. I'm telling you. But we shall see, though. We shall see how this thing goes. You know, where he get the Tank fight, where he get Abdullah Mason, we don't know. Right? I do think that Abdullah Mason needs, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not saying this just to say it, he do need time to develop though. Right? He's a champion, right? He gotta figure it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? He gotta figure it out. This whole like trying to thug it out with people, you gotta be smarter than that. You know what I mean? Because when you get in there with them top guys, I'm not saying Floyd Schofield a top guy, but I'm talking about Tanks and, you know, any of them time, Edwin De La Santa, any of them guys at the top, they catch you flush like that, you going down, bro. So stuff he got to work on. He got to work on his defense after, you know, after executing his offense. He got to work on his defense. You know what I mean? That's what it boils down to. You feel me? But I done said what I done said. I done did what I done did. You know what it is. Let me know. Boss gone.